Mr. Mahon, you are Irish, you live and work in Dublin. How come you should take an interest in social housing in Germany?
Our company has for almost 100 years owned a housing company in Ireland. It's a medium-sized business dedicated to a long-term and conservative management philosophy. One could say that the interest in housing activities runs in the blood.
But why Germany? Why would you seek to apply your experience to social housing in Germany?
I have to admit that I've always been fascinated by German culture. Its long and eventful history, the rich tradition of classical music and the language itself, even if I struggle to speak it. The specific event that triggered our engagement in Germany was the privatisation of LEG, the North Rhine-Westphalian housing company. I think people were concerned that LEG would be sold to an owner who would be focused predominantly with making a quick profit. As a result, we received a call and were asked whether we would be able to develop and offer an alternative solution.
Quite a challenge for a medium-sized company.
No doubt, and certainly not something we wanted to do off our own bat. We went to look for a strong partner and concluded that Royal Bank of Canada would be our partner of choice.
That seems to be a somewhat surprising decision. Why would you go with a large Canadian bank?
Royal Bank of Canada is one of the leading banks providing funding for social housing in Ireland and England. We wanted to make sure that we had both the financial wherewithal as well as the expertise of leading specialists behind us.
I must admit that I think of Britain more as an example of privatisation gone wrong.
That's precisely the point. Britain made the mistakes. Germany can still avoid repeating them. Our proposal is a structure that was developed as an alternative to privatisation. I'm tempted to say as an antidote to it, because people had to recognise the significant risks that can arise from a simple sale of housing assets to financial investors.
And how does your proposal deliver a better result? How is it different from a straight sale to an investor?
We propose the creation of a foundation into which the ownership of the flats will be transferred. The foundation has a mutual ownership. That is, it is in the hands of all those stakeholders linked to the housing assets, the tenants, the employees, the banks, and also the representatives of the region where the flats are located.
Are you saying that shares in the company would be given to representatives of these various interest groups, and that the interest groups would gain influence over the management of the group?
Exactly. The management runs the housing business efficiently, but always with a long-term plan in mind. And the stakeholders make sure that these long-term goals are always kept in mind and fulfilled. A centrally important element of this proposal is that the company does not pay out any dividends or any other distributions. All profits are reinvested, which results in the housing estate being in excellent condition and remaining so for the long term.
That all sounds very good, but can a structure like this be financed? No financial investor will give you money unless it is possible to extract profits.
Not only do we not allow any payouts, but the company can't be sold. The foundation structure secures the long-term objectives set by the tenants, employees, banks, and representatives of the regions. We go as far as giving a golden share to the federal state in order to cast this structure in stone. The result is the creation of long-term security, which in turn results in cheaper financing costs.
Security in the sense of assets with which the banks can secure their loans?
Bank debt is the cheapest form of financing. The moment you accept so-called risk capital, you'll face the high return and payouts that such investors demand. A bank understands that housing estates will benefit from continuous investments, thereby ensuring that loans can be serviced and paid back reliably. The result is a virtuous circle. The flats are in good condition, the tenants are satisfied, the company receives rent payments reliably, and the banks see their loans serviced. The reliable nature of this virtuous circle produces low interest charges, thus leaving more profits to be reinvested, and so on, a virtuous circle.
But isn't that just a nice dream? Are there really examples that prove that this solution could work?
We have seen this solution practiced in Northern Ireland and the UK for the past 20 years, with total capital provided of approximately €50 billion.
As you know, the decision what to do with LEG has been taken. The land is selling to the American investment bank Goldman Sachs. Does that mean there is no interest in Germany in your proposed foundation model?
Together with Royal Bank of Canada, we have invested much time, energy and money to further develop our model in connection with LEG. The experience gained in working on the LEG privatisation has been extremely helpful and has confirmed that our model is well able to provide social and affordable housing. But, as anywhere else, it always takes time for good ideas to be accepted and implemented.
Does that mean Peter Mahon will continue to spend much time in Germany?
Yes, and we're very excited about that prospect. This is an important matter, which has a direct impact on a lot of people's lives. How often does one really get the chance to make a contribution to create a lasting and positive change? If nothing else, my German will benefit from all these efforts.
Mr. Mahon, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.